Patterns. They are everywhere, and they are everything. Everything you want and everything you despise can be found in your patterns. It is patterns that brought you here and patterns that will take you where you want to go. Most of the time, our patterns are unconscious, but today, in this activation, we're going to excavate them from your subconscious and bring them into the light of day, and we're going to create new patterns that will blossom into prosperity, vibrant health, and blissful love. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. This activation will address your patterns, help you to understand the nature of patterns in your life so that we can create those perfect patterns. And I believe with everything I have that this may be the single most important teaching I've ever delivered on this channel. Because every activation, every meditation, every quantum jump, every teaching I've ever given, all of it has always been about one thing: changing the pattern into your greatest pattern. Today, we go to the root. Let me tell you something that changed the way I see reality. Your entire life, every single thing that has ever happened to you, every dollar that has entered your bank account, every relationship that has unfolded, every cell that has divided, every morning you woke up feeling electric and every morning you woke up feeling hollow. All of it was generated by a pattern. You are running those patterns right now, this second. As you listen to me, you are inside a pattern. The way you are breathing, pattern. Thoughts drifting across the back of your mind, pattern. The emotional frequency you woke up in this morning, pattern. The amount of money sitting in your account, pattern. The quality of love in your life, pattern. Patterns are the source code of your existence. You learn to walk through pattern, falling, rising, until the neural circuitry mapped itself into effortless motion. You learned language through pattern, sounds repeating, associating, connecting, until entire worlds could be constructed from vibrations of air. Your heart beats in a pattern so precise that if deviated by a fraction, you would cease to exist. The earth spins around the sun in a pattern. Galaxies spiral in patterns. DNA, that microscopic thread that contains the entire blueprint of your body, is a double helix pattern, so elegant that the greatest scientists alive will stand in awe of it. Nature does everything through pattern. Everything. The spiral of a nautilus shell mirrors the spiral of a hurricane, which mirrors the spiral of the Milky Way. The branching of a river delta mirrors the branching of your lungs, which mirrors the branching of a lightning bolt across a summer sky. The way a fern unfurls follows the same mathematical sequence, the Fibonacci sequence that governs the arrangement of seeds in a sunflower. One intelligence, one pattern language, expressed at every scale of reality from the subatomic to the galactic. And you magnificent, breathing, thinking creature, you're the most sophisticated pattern generator the universe has ever produced. You carry more neural connections in your skull than there are stars in the Milky Way. Each one is a thread in a tapestry of patterns so complex that the most powerful computers on Earth still fail to replicate it. So the question is simple, and it is the only question that matters. Because here's the thing that nobody tells you, and I mean nobody, because this understanding alone would dismantle entire industries built on keeping you distracted. You do far more than have patterns. You are patterns. The separation between you and the patterns running through you is an illusion. The pattern of your morning routine is shaping your neurochemistry, which is shaping your perception, which is shaping the decisions that you make, which is shaping the reality you experience, which is reinforcing the pattern of your morning routine. It's circular, it's recursive, and it's happening at a speed and scale that your conscious mind is entirely unable to track. This is either the most terrifying thing you've ever heard or the most liberating, because if patterns create everything, then the person who masters patterns masters everything, and that person, that version of you, is who we are building today. Here's where most people get stuck, and I mean brilliantly stuck. So stuck they spend their entire lifetimes running a program they never chose, never audited, never even knew existed. Your conscious mind is a candle. Your subconscious mind is the sun. And your patterns, the real ones, the ones that are actually building your reality minute by minute, they live in the sun. By the time you were 7 years old, the vast majority of your operating patterns were already installed. Neuroscience has confirmed this through decades of brain imaging studies. Between birth and age 7, your brain operates predominantly in the theta wave frequency, the same frequency associated with hypnosis. You were, in a very literal sense, in a trance, and during that trance you absorbed everything. You absorbed the way your mother handled money, her tension around bills, her abundance or her scarcity, her spoken and unspoken beliefs about wealth. You absorbed the way your father expressed or suppressed emotion, the way love was defined in your household, the way conflict was managed or avoided, the way success was talked about at the dinner table, the way your body was regarded, celebrated, or criticized or ignored. All of it went in, all of it became pattern, written directly into the operating system of your subconscious mind without any critical filter, without any conscious evaluation, without any choice on your part. And here's the part that will terrify you or liberate you. Those childhood patterns are still running right now, today, in your 30s, your 40s, your 60s, your 80s. The 7-year-old's programming is still executing that voice in your head that says, be careful. When abundance starts showing up, pattern installed before you could tie your shoes. That tension in your chest when someone gets genuinely close to you, pattern. Written during a moment of childhood vulnerability you may have forgotten entirely. That habit of working harder and harder, but somehow the money stays at the same level as if there is an invisible ceiling, pattern. A thermostat set decades ago by someone else's belief about what was possible, the feeling of unworthiness that flickers across your consciousness at 3 a.m, pattern. A conclusion drawn by a child's mind from incomplete data still running as gospel in your adult body. These are ancient programs and they are loyal. They will keep running with absolute precision, with tireless devotion, forever until you intervene, until you walk into the engine room of your own mind and reprogram the machinery of your own hands. And I want to make something very clear because this distinction matters enormously. Awareness alone is insufficient to change a pattern. I know that sounds counterintuitive. Every personal development teacher tells you awareness is the first step. And they're right, it is the first step, but it is only the first step. I've met 1,000 people who are exquisitely aware of their patterns and still completely enslaved by them. They can name every wound, they can trace every behavior back to its origin, they can articulate with clinical precision exactly why they do what they do, and they keep doing it. Because awareness without intervention is just observation of imprisonment. The prisoner who understands the architecture of the prison is still a prisoner. Today I'm going to give you more than awareness. I'm going to give you the tools to walk through the walls. I want to give you a framework so clear, so usable, so architecturally precise that you will carry it with you for the rest of your life. This is the framework I use, the framework that underlies everything I teach. And once you see it, it stays with you forever. Every pattern in your life operates across 5 layers, 5. And when you understand all 5, when you can see how they interlock, how they reinforce each other, how they cascade, you hold the master key. This is where it begins. Always, without exception. Every single reality you are living in started as a sequence of repeated thoughts. Consciousness researchers have measured that the average human thinks between 60 and 70,000 thoughts per day. And the staggering part is roughly 90% of those thoughts are identical to the ones you had yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. You are thinking in loops, circles, grooves worn so deep into your neural architecture that they fire automatically below the threshold of your awareness. These thought loops create the lens through which you perceive reality itself. 2 people can walk into the identical room, encounter this identical situation, and have completely different experiences because they are running different thought patterns. One sees threat, the other sees opportunity. Same room, different pattern, different reality. Your thought patterns are the first domino. Thoughts generate chemistry. Every thought you think triggers a cascade of neuropeptides, tiny chemical messengers that flood your body and create the subjective experience you call emotion. Think a thought of fear and cortisol surges through your bloodstream. Your muscles tighten. Your digestion slows. Your field of vision narrows. Think a thought of genuine gratitude and your heart begins to produce coherent electromagnetic waves that can be measured 6 feet outside your body. Dr. Candace Pert, a brilliant neuropharmacologist whose work changed the field, demonstrated that your cells develop receptors for the chemicals you produce most frequently. Your cells literally reshape themselves to receive more of your habitual chemistry. They become addicted to your emotional patterns. This is why change feels so physically difficult. When you attempt to shift your emotional baseline, your cells send distress signals back to your brain. Something is wrong. Give me more of what I'm accustomed to. And most people obey that signal. They mistake the cellular craving for truth. They think the discomfort of change means they are heading in the wrong direction. They are heading in exactly the right direction. The discomfort is the old pattern dying. Let it. Your emotions drive your actions, and your actions repeated over days, weeks, months, years, crystallize into your behaviors. Your behavioral patterns are the visible architecture of your inner world made tangible. Every behavior you engage in regularly has carved a neural pathway in your brain. Neuroscience calls this long-term potentiation. The more you fire a particular neural circuit, the stronger and faster that circuit becomes. The pathway literally thickens with myelin, a fatty sheath that increases transmission speed up to 100 times. It becomes a superhighway, the path of least resistance. So say you get into a habit of getting into fights all the time. It becomes a pattern. Your cells become receptors for those chemicals, and they crave them. It's a pattern. And this is magnificent engineering when the pattern serves you. A concert pianist who has practiced for 20,000 hours has a behavioral pattern that produces transcendence. The same mechanism that creates mastery also creates suffering. The machinery is neutral. It builds whatever you feed it with equal precision and equal devotion. This is the deep water. This is where the real architecture lives. Beneath your thoughts, beneath your emotions, beneath your behaviors, there exists a pattern of identity, a story you tell yourself about who you are. And this story is the most powerful pattern of all because every other layer will reorganize itself automatically, relentlessly to match it. If your identity pattern says, I am someone who struggles with money, then your thoughts will generate scarcity. Your emotions will produce anxiety around finances. Your behaviors will sabotage wealth, and you will look at the evidence of your life and say, "See, I was right." The pattern proves itself. A closed loop, a self-fulfilling architecture of extraordinary elegance and terrible power. Your identity pattern is the thermostat of your life. You can temporarily push your results above or below the set point. You can have an extraordinary month financially, but if the thermostat has a different set point, reality will pull you back every time because of the pattern. This is why lottery winners go bankrupt at rates that stagger statisticians. It's why people leave toxic relationships and find themselves in identical dynamics with a different face, having the same fights. The information entered their conscious mind, but it never reached the thermostat. Today, we adjust the thermostat. Now, we go beyond the individual. I want you to lean in, because this is where the frontier of science meets the ancient wisdom traditions. Quantum field theory has revealed something extraordinary at the most fundamental level of physical reality. There are no solid particles. There are only fields of probability, patterns of potential. The electron exists as a wave of probability, a pattern spread across space until the act of observation collapses it into a specific location. At the quantum level, pattern precedes matter. The pattern is primary. The physical is secondary. The consciousness is interacting with this field every moment of every day. The patterns you hold in your identity and your emotional body, in your cellular memory, are broadcasting a frequency into this field. A signal, a vibrational signature as unique as your fingerprint. And the field responds. It must respond. It is the nature of fields to resonate with the frequencies introduced into them. A tuning fork stuck at 440 hertz will cause every other 440 hertz tuning fork in the room to vibrate. Your consciousness is a tuning fork, and the field of probability is a room full of potential forks, waiting to resonate with your signal. Dr. William Tiller at Stanford demonstrated through rigorous experimentation that focused human intention can alter the properties of physical materials. The HeartMath Institute has documented that the heart's electromagnetic field, generated directly by your emotional patterns, extends several feet beyond your body and affects biological systems in your immediate environment. You are broadcasting your patterns into the fabric of reality itself, and reality is organizing itself around your signal. This is why two people with identical skills, identical education, identical resources can create wildly different lives. Their field patterns are different. The field is faithfully, impartially answering each one. Now comes the excavation. You're going to dig into the strata of your own consciousness and unearth patterns that have been buried since childhood. And when you hold them up to the light and see them for what they truly are, they lose their power over you. I'm going to walk you through this right now. Wherever you are, just pause. Give this your full attention. The next few minutes can reorganize decades of accumulated programming. Now close your eyes. Take one deep breath all the way down into the basement of your belly, into the bowl of your pelvis. Feel your rib cage expand in every direction. Front, sides, back. Hold it at the top. A moment of suspension. And release slowly. Let everything that has been holding you together just let go. Let your shoulders melt. Let your jaw unhinge. Good. Now, think about money. Just the word, money. And notice, with the curiosity of a scientist with zero judgment, what happens inside your body? Where does the sensation land? Is it in your chest? Your stomach? What is the quality of that sensation? Is it tight, open, warm, cold? Does it have color, a shape? That sensation, that immediate involuntary physical response, is your money pattern. Speaking through the only language your subconscious knows, the language of the body. Just think about love, deep, intimate, vulnerable, undefended love. The kind where someone truly sees you. And again, notice, where does the sensation rise? What is its temperature and its density? Does something in your chest open like a flower or close like a fist? Now think of your body, your physical form, your vitality, your energy, your relationship with the vehicle you inhabit. Notice. Think now about yourself. Just you. Your name. Your face in the mirror. Your relationship with the vehicle you inhabit. Notice. Open your eyes. Whatever you felt, that is the raw data of your patterns. That is the subconscious making itself known. Now that you've heard it, you know what it sounds like. You can no longer pretend it is silent. The excavation has begun. Here's where everything changes. Here's the activation. The protocol is grounded in peer-reviewed neuroscience and quantum physics research, and decades of clinical data on neuroplasticity. Your brain can change. Your neural pathways can be rewritten at any age. Your cellular receptors can be retrained. Your field broadcast can be retuned. This is settled science. 7 steps, each one builds on the last, and by the end, you will be operating from a different pattern than the one you walked in with. Now, you've already begun this. Identification. Step 1. You felt the signatures of your current patterns in your body moments ago. Now crystallize them. Give them names. My money pattern is contraction. My love pattern is guardedness. My identity pattern is unworthiness. Name them. Because the moment you name something, you are standing outside of it. You are the observer. In quantum mechanics, it is the observer that collapses the wave function. Your observation of the old pattern is the first act of collapsing it. This is the step everyone skips, and it is the most important one. That old pattern, the one that created contraction, that kept you small, it was trying to protect you. It was installed during a moment when your young nervous system needed a survival strategy. Maybe your father lost his job and your system learned money disappears, hold on tight. Maybe someone you loved left and your system learned love means loss, keep distant. And that pattern worked. You survived. You took away the pain. You are here. So before you release it, honor it. Place your hand on your heart and say, thank you for keeping me safe. You did your job beautifully, and now I'm ready for something greater. Your subconscious responds to something remarkable when met with appreciation instead of force. It softens, it opens, it becomes willing to release what it has gripped for decades. Force creates resistance. Gratitude creates surrender. Every pattern is a trigger, a moment, often lasting less than half a second, where the old sequence initiates. Your job is to become so present, so awake, that you can catch the pattern in the gap between stimulus and response. Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist who survived Auschwitz, described this gap as the seat of human freedom. In that microsecond of awareness lives your entire future. And every single time you catch a pattern before it completes its sequence, every time you notice the trigger and choose differently, you weaken the old neural pathway and strengthen a new one. The compound interest of consciousness. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk demonstrated with rigorous clinical data that patterns are stored automatically in your fascia, your musculature, your organ tissue, your cells. The body keeps its own ledger, independent of your narrative mind. To rewrite a pattern at its root, you must engage the body. Think of the new pattern you want to install, and as you think of it, become it physically. Stand the way that version of you stands. Spine long, shoulders open, crown lifted. Breathe the way that person breathes. Slow, deep, expansive. Let your face soften into the expression of someone who knows at the cellular level that they are enough. Hold this posture. Just breathe into it. Your nervous system is recording this new configuration right now. You're writing new software with your skeleton and your breath. Just hold it for a little bit longer. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research, supported by over 10,000 brain scans, has confirmed that your brain is unable to distinguish between a real emotional experience and one that is vividly imagined. The same neural circuits fire, the same chemicals release, the same cellular receptors activate. This is the pivot point. Most people think about the new pattern. They visualize it, they create mood boards and write affirmations, but the subconscious only responds to one thing, the felt embodied vibrational signature of genuine emotion. Thought alone will never reach it. Only feeling penetrates the subconscious firewall. You have to have some aspect of that in whatever meditational technique that you're using in envisioning your future. So right now, I want you to feel it. Generate the emotion of wealth, the ease, the spaciousness, the quiet confidence. Generate the emotion of being deeply loved, the warmth radiating through your chest into your stomach. Generate the emotion of vibrant health, the electricity in your limbs, the feeling of aliveness, the sheer animal joy of inhabiting a body that just works so beautifully. Let it become so real, so textured, so vivid that your body begins to believe it is happening right now. Because from the perspective of your nervous system, from the perspective of your field broadcast, it is happening. Neuroplasticity follows a well-documented law. Neurons that fire together, wire together. A single session of emotional rehearsal is transformative. But repetition, daily devoted repetition, is the difference between a footpath and a freeway. 7 minutes every morning before you check your phone, before you engage with anyone else's patterns. 7 minutes of generating the emotional state of your new pattern. 7 minutes of standing in the body of the person you're becoming. 7 minutes of broadcasting the new signal into the field. This is less than half of 1% of your day, and it will change everything. 7 minutes. Your brain contains a system called the reticular activating system, RAS. It's a network of neurons that serve as the gatekeeper of your attention. Understanding the RAS for me changed everything. The RAS filters for relevance. It shows you what it believes matters. This is why you buy a red car and suddenly you see red cars everywhere. When you begin your new pattern, actively collect evidence that supports it. Every synchronicity, every unexpected dollar, every moment of connection, every door that opens when the old pattern told you all the doors were closed, every conversation that shifted, every morning you wake up and the first thought is lighter than it used to be, write it down, speak it aloud, celebrate it with your full emotional body, because every piece of evidence gets fed back into the pattern. It strengthens the neural pathway, it confirms the identity, and pattern accelerates, it compounds, it gains its own gravitational pull. It becomes self-perpetuating, self-reinforcing. And here's the beautiful secret hidden inside this step. The evidence was always there. The abundance was always flowing towards you. The love was always available. The vitality was always your birthright. Your old pattern, through the RAS, was simply filtering it out. It was invisible to you because your old identity pattern said it was irrelevant. The moment you change the filter, you change what you see. And when you change what you see, you change what you believe. And when you change what you believe, you change what you create. And the spiral goes up instead of down. This is the moment the new pattern becomes autonomous. The moment it runs itself and your external reality begins to reorganize around this new frequency with a speed that will astonish you. Close your eyes. We're going in. I want you to take a deep breath, so deep it reaches the floor of your belly, the absolute basement of your torso. Feel your ribs just expanding like wings. Hold it at the top. 1 heartbeat, 2, and release slowly, like honey pouring from a jar. Just let everything go. Every obligation, every identity, every pattern you have ever worn. Another breath, deeper still. Drawing in light, drawing in possibility, drawing in the raw material of your new reality. Feel it entering your bloodstream, feel it traveling to every cell. Hold it, and then release. One more time. The deepest breath that you've taken today. Pull the air all the way down into your hips. Feel the pelvic floor descend. Your entire trunk is a bellows of creation. Hold it and release with a sound. An audible exhale. Let the room hear you let go. Feel your body settling into gravity's ancient, patient hands. Feel the earth beneath you. That spinning sphere that has been orbiting its star in a pattern so precise that the margin of error across 4.5 billion years would fit inside a single heartbeat. You are part of that pattern. You are held by it. You are made by the same elements forged in the furnaces of collapsing stars: carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, iron, stardust, arranged into a being that learned to think, to feel, to love, to create. Now, travel inward, down through the layers of thought, past the chatter, past the commentary, past the familiar loops and grooves and highways of habitual mind. Go deeper, below thought, below language, into the vast quiet space that exists beneath all your noise. Find the stillness. In the space of nothingness, into this void where all possibilities exist. Find it. It's right here. It's always been here. Before the first pattern was installed, before the first story was told, before the world taught you who to be, there was this this silence, this awareness, this original presence. Rest in it. Now, from this place of original clarity, see your life as a tapestry, vast, shimmering, incalculably detailed tapestry woven from every experience, every choice, every breath, every year, every laugh, every moment of courage and every moment of fear. See it stretching out before you, luminous, intricate, alive with color and texture. Some sections of this tapestry are breathtaking, woven in gold and emeralds and deep sapphire blues. These are the moments you chose consciously, the moments you loved boldly, the moments you said yes when every old pattern screamed at you to say no. Look at those sections. See how the threads are strong, how the colors are vivid, how the fabric seems to glow with its own light. Within this tapestry, you can see the threads of your old patterns. Some are dark, frayed, knotted, pulling the surrounding fabric tight. Some are gray, the color of resignation, of settling, of this is just how it is. Some have been there so long they seem permanent, structural, load-bearing. The tapestry will hold, I promise you that. You are far stronger than any single thread, and the new threads you are about to weave will hold more weight, carry more beauty, and conduct more light than anything that came before. Reach into that tapestry. Feel the texture of an old thread, a thread of scarcity, of unworthiness, of fear, or limitation. Feel how tight it has been wound. Feel how faithfully it has held its position for decades. Honor it one final time and pull it freely, gently, with love, with the precision of a master craftsperson. And as you pull it free, a new thread appears in your hand, golden, luminous, warm to the touch, pulsing with the frequency of abundance, of love, of health, of an unshakable self-knowing. And you are weaving it, strand by strand, pattern by pattern, creating something that has never existed before in the entire history of this universe, because it is uniquely, irreplaceably, magnificently yours. See the tapestry transforming, the colors becoming more vivid, the design more intricate, more beautiful, more alive. This is your new pattern. This is the life you are weaving with every conscious thought, every chosen emotion, every deliberate action. Every morning you give yourself 7 sacred minutes. Take the deepest breath of this entire session. Pull it all the way in. And as you exhale, let the new pattern settle into your cells, into your fascia, into your receptor sites. Let your DNA, that spiraling, sacred double helix pattern at the foundation of your biology, receive this new code. Feel yourself becoming the tapestry, the weaver and the woven, the pattern and the one who patterns, indistinguishable, merged and whole. Open your eyes. You are the pattern maker. You were always aware, and now you know it. I want to leave you with this. Every single thing in your life, every circumstance, every number, every relationship, every sensation in your body is a printout, a readout, a perfect, honest, unflinching reflection of a pattern that you are running. Your bank account is a printout of your financial pattern. Your relationships are a mirror of your love pattern. Your body is a living monument to your health pattern. Your experience of being alive, the texture and flavor of your days, is a symphony conducted by patterns you may have never until this moment, consciously chosen until today. Today you choose. Today you excavated. Today you named the old programs and you honored them and you began with your own hands, your own breath, your own magnificent consciousness to weave entirely new ones. And I want to speak directly to the part of you that is skeptical, the part that has tried things before, the part that got excited about a teaching or a technique or a practice and then watched the enthusiasm fade and the old patterns reassert themselves. I honor that part of you. That skepticism is itself a pattern, and it's a smart one. It's one of my favorite patterns. It's been protecting you from disappointment. It's definitely protected me. But I want you to consider this. Every other time you are working at the surface, you are changing thoughts or changing behaviors or changing environments, you are rearranging the furniture in a house whose foundation had already determined the shape of every room. Today, for the first time, you went to the foundation. You went to the thermostat. You went to the field. And that changes everything. Because when you change the pattern at the level of identity and field, when you change who you are rather than what you do, every layer about it reorganizes automatically. The thoughts change, the emotions change, the behaviors change, the results change because they must. They are expressions of the pattern, and the pattern has been upgraded. Here's what I know. From the deepest, most certain place in my being, from every piece of research I've studied, every brain scan that I've reviewed, every ancient text I've read, every life I have watched transform, this works. The pattern reconstruction technique is yours now. The science confirms it. Seven minutes a day, every morning. Become the person. Feel the feeling, broadcast the signal, collect the evidence, and watch with your own astonished, grateful eyes as reality begins to reorganize itself around the new pattern that you are transmitting. Share this with someone you love. Send it to the person who became a part of your mind while you were listening to this. Because patterns are contagious, and the pattern of awakening, the pattern of conscious creation, the pattern of choosing your own life with your eyes open and your heart on fire, the pattern that deserves to spread, you are the most sophisticated pattern generating system in the known universe. 100 billion neurons, 100 trillion synaptic connections, a heart that generates an electromagnetic field measurable from across the room, a consciousness that collapses quantum probability into lived experience. That is what you are. Now use it deliberately, masterfully, joyfully. Weave something extraordinary with a new pattern. Now you can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. I would love it if you could join my Reality Revolution community at school.com, skool.com/Reality Revolution. We have weekly group coaching sessions. They are so much fun. I do meditations and teachings. There's exclusive content, audiobooks, meditations you can't find anywhere else, with unique training modules, an amazing group. It's like my spirit family there. I'd love it if you could join us. Be sure to check out the website, which has been updated at www.therealityrevolution.com, where we have a most up-to-date information about upcoming events. We have events coming up in Maui in May 14th through the 17th. We have an event in Anaheim on July 24th through the 26th. We have an event in Austin in September from the 18th of September through the 20th. We have another event that we're putting on in Sedona on November 20th through the 22nd. And each of those events is going to be amazing. I would love for you to go, and you can find information on my website there under the events tab, as well as links that are in the description of this video. I'd love it if you checked out my art. You can find it at www.newearth.art. And be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel, The Brian Scott Musical Experience, where I am releasing new music every few weeks, and some of it I'm super proud of, designed to completely change your vibration. I want to say this is the first time I've done an on-camera sort of episode like this for the whole thing. It's an experiment. We're learning with each one. Generally, I've always avoided doing the on-camera work because my voice sounds better when I speak up to a microphone. And if I speak away from it, it just doesn't have that rich timbre that a lot of people love when they listen to me speak. So part of the reason people love my episodes is the way I speak, which has always made it difficult for me to go on camera. But we're experimenting with this. We're seeing if you'd like to hear it and see me in action as I'm doing one of these activations. I want to tell you I appreciate you allowing me to experiment, and we're so excited as to what the reality revolution will bring. We want to take it to the next level. We're going to do that in every way, shape, and form. So stay in touch. I love you all. I'm sending you all my love, all my light. Put a comment on this video. I'll be reading every one. Put a like on this video. It helps for people to know that they like this video and helps with the algorithm. Subscribe if you can. Hit the notification bell. I'm sending you all my love and all my light, and welcome to the reality revolution. Welcome to the reality revolution. I'm Brian Scott, and I wanted to invite you to an amazing event that I'm putting together. In May, I'm taking a small group of people to Maui, and what we're going to do there over 4 days could genuinely be the most consequential experience of your entire life. May 14th through the 17th, 2026, the Westin Maui Resort and Spa, Ka'anapali Beach, 4 days, 225 people, one shared intention, shifting into your greatest timeline. Here is why 4 days matters. You've had breakthroughs before. The shift opens, the frequency lands, you feel it completely in your body in the way that the world looks different for a few days afterwards, and then it fades. It has nothing to do with the quality of your work. It happens because the new identity was never given enough time to become your nervous system's permanent default. A single weekend opens the door. 4 days lets you walk through it completely and close it behind you. This is what we're doing in Maui. I'm so excited.
I've been a fan of Brian Scott's for years, and the opportunity to see this event live exceeded my expectations.
So grateful to be here. I've been listening to Brian's stuff for 2 years. I'd say Brian really changed my life. I told Brian I probably couldn't, I definitely couldn't afford, but when I first started listening to his videos, I couldn't even afford this one. But just listening to his videos all the time, just getting into that abundance flow. All right, so that I should talk about actually being here. So I was able to get the ticket to come here.
So I just came out of this meditative state. I was on the Zoom with Brian and everybody else in the love frequency, tapping into the energy. All of a sudden I could feel like my hands glue. Like they just glue, like glowing with white light. I could feel the love, the energy just flowing through me. It was magnificent. I felt
The number one experience is to see him in person and to experience, his true, genuine self, his light that comes out, and all the love that he's doing it with. That's the most impressive.
So I've been on a journey for a while, and not deep stuff. I'm pretty reserved, conservative, but I'm spiritual since I was from birth. My mother raised me. But I came across Scott's stuff, and it started pulling me in, and I got pulled into some other things, but I never had the sense around me that I was really seeing or feeling it. I have moments where things happen, and I really believe that things were happening to me where I had my future self, just following Scott. But when I came to this Friday and Saturday, I couldn't see anything. everything was kind of weird.
On the first day, we will have a pineal gland activation. We will do energy work on opening your energy centers. And by the end of the day, we will do the bliss body meditation, which is absolutely transformational. I take light through every single aspect of your body, and you walk away feeling completely healed and transformed. On the second day, you will meet your higher self, who guides you into a vision of your greatest timeline. And then we do a quantum jump, where we quantum jump into this amazing reality that your higher self shows you. And then in that reality, you meet your future self. You converse with them, you get downloads from them, and you merge with them. You become your future self. This completely changes everything. This is where the whole event comes to its culmination. And on the third day, I will teach you how to navigate this new version of you as you shift. Once you get an idea of what can happen and how it works, we will work with the quantum heart, and you will learn how to remember your future. And then on the fourth day, we do a large sums of money meditation, which as a group is absolutely phenomenal. Then we do an opening to love meditation, which will change your life. And we conclude with a new earth shift meditation. This is the day where the internal change begins to express outwardly, and the shift is completely and totally permanently made and sealed into your energy body. You will leave this event with the shift as your baseline. The new version of you is simply who you are now. That is the 4-day journey. Now, on Saturday evening, we have a special surprise. Paul Selig is joining us for a live 90-minute channeling session. Paul Selig, internationally renowned channel, author of the I Am the Word series. The guides have been speaking through Paul for decades. You've heard me interview Paul several times, but you've never heard Paul channel for a complete hour answering questions. And he does these amazing attunements in the group, which you can viscerally and tangibly feel. In a group of 225 people, this is going to be mind-shattering. I cannot wait to experience it. Kyle Boyd from the Heart Coherence Collaborative will also be there. He has been an amazing addition to these events. He's helped me so much, and he adds so much. It's truly phenomenal. And the setting is very powerful. I chose this. I've stayed here several times. The Westin Maui Resort and Spa, Ka'anapali Beach. There's 6 pools, full spa, 5 restaurants. This is the kind of place your nervous system relaxes into the moment you arrive. It is a portal. It is wonderful. Now, I know if you go ahead and look this up, you're going to see that the rooms are very expensive, but we have obtained a huge discount on these rooms, 75% in many cases. You'll be able to get these rooms at an affordable discount as long as you are able to purchase a ticket. Staying on site is amazing. There's so many different things that will happen with this event. Your ticket also comes with over $400 in bonus content, 11 items included with registration, 3 activation recordings to prepare you for the event. We will send you a future self identity shift activation, downloads from your future self, the most powerful timeline shift you'll ever experience, 2 exclusive guided meditations, quantum jumping into your ideal life, future self integration, 4 audio guides, a beginner's guide to timeline shifting, a beginner's guide to quantum jumping, a guide on how to timeline shift, and a new you navigation system, and a digital copy of my book, Activate Your Unlimited Power. All of that is included with the ticket. The event is designed for the person who has already been in this work but hasn't quite been able to achieve the shift that they want. If you're that person, if you have a desire, then it's available to you. I am telling you now, anything that you want, anything you want to experience, any wish can be fulfilled. There's no limit to what is possible for you. And I've created this event so that I can take you in a container and bring you to that place where everything happens for you. And I want to see you there. I cannot wait to share this experience with you. You can find the link down below. I look forward to seeing you in Maui. I can't wait to share this experience with you.